Hey guys, Eric here, and welcome to James Gunn 101 for Comic Frontline. Excuse me. And we are talking about some stuff that you might not know about the director of Guardians of the Galaxy, as well as stuff you should be checking out from him. For those that don't know, James Gunn is a longtime writer of many different projects. I mean, he's worked on everything from both of the Scooby-Doo live-action movies, which I actually enjoy. I know there are people that give both of those movies grief, and I'm not saying they're the best things ever, but they're fun. But he's also worked on the Dawn of the Dead remake with Zack Snyder, which is a very fantastic movie. If you've never seen it before, it is a very good movie. He wrote it, and the writing is definitely one of the stronger aspects of that film, as well as the way it's shot and just the practical effects. And there's just so much to love about Dawn of the Dead. He also wrote basically everything he's directed, from Guardians of the Galaxy to Slither to Super to Lollipop Chainsaw, which is a video game for those that don't know. If you haven't checked out Lollipop Chainsaw, I would highly recommend it. It's a very bizarre and fun game. He actually, as well as that, he did the specials, and if you don't know what the specials is, it hit around the same time that Mystery Men did. And it's similar to Mystery Men, but there's not much of an action standpoint. It has like Rob Lowe and a whole bunch of other people in it, and it's kind of more real world than it is, say, like Mystery Men or action based. And it's much more about getting to know the heroes and the characters, and it's a really good movie. It's from Trauma, and I would highly recommend checking it out. It's just called The Specials, and he wrote it, and it's absolutely fantastic. And it takes a look at a different side of superheroics than you'd think it would take a look at. And it's actually a personal favorite of mine. I really think it's underlooked more than it's overlooked, and I would recommend checking it out because it's really good. He was also on a reality show. He was one of 3 judges on the VH1 reality show called Scream Queens. And this was years before Face Off and any of those cool shows. And it was basically, I think it was about 10 or 12 contestants, female, that would be competing to be the next quote-unquote Scream Queen, which was obviously a horror trope, and they wanted to star in horror films. And they had a lot of cool guests on there. Gunn himself would provide some fantastic advice while they were I'm looking for the right word. While they were judging. I don't know why I couldn't think of the word judging. While they were judging, and it's one of those lost gems. I don't know if it's available anywhere, but it might be easy to find online. It was actually a really good reality show too. It's probably one of my more favorites out of the contest-based stuff. And yeah, it's always funny to look back on that and be like, oh yeah, James Gunn did a reality show. But he constantly works with the same actors and actresses. Like he constantly works with Michael Rooker or Nathan Fillion, or just so many different people you always see repeat in the different projects that James Gunn works on, like Michael Rosenbaum, who was Lex Luthor on Smallville. He's the voice of Nick, who is the decapitated head boyfriend of the lead character of Lollipop Chainsaw, Juliet Starling. And it's so funny just to see who he gets to work with him in constant projects, and just to see who will pop up in. I think that's one of the more unique things about Guardians of the Galaxy. Rooker's in there, obviously, but you're not seeing him work with his usual rotating set of different people that he works with. He's actually got some pretty cool names for those that don't know and haven't seen any of the trailers, but I'm pretty sure if you're watching this video, you know exactly who's in Guardians of the Galaxy. But I find it funny that he doesn't have a lot of the guys he usually works with. We know Nathan Fillion's cameoing, but we don't know how he's cameoing. I can talk. But yeah, it's something I find interesting. It's the fact that he's this well-known writer for many projects, and he's stays hands-on with those projects too. Like you see him on the set to like Scooby-Doo, where like even though Lollipop Chainsaw is a video game, he was very hands-on in the production of that. Dawn of the Dead, I'm pretty sure he he would help Zack Snyder out whenever there were ideas or whenever they needed improvements, and it's just he's a fantastic director. He really is one of my favorite not Hollywood types, but he's one of my favorite creators out there. I wouldn't put him on like my top 7 or 8 directors list, but that's because there's only a couple movies to his name, pretty much. But yeah, hopefully this is check out Scream Queens if you have the chance, if you can find it somewhere online, just to see how he was as a judge on that show. Definitely check out Dawn of the Dead, the remake, if you've never seen it. It's probably one of Zack Snyder's stronger films, especially if you're like, Man of Steel was just alright. You can go see Dawn of the Dead and be like, this is awesome. Definitely check out Slither. It's his kind of cult horror movie, and it stars Nathan Fillion being Nathan Fillion at his best, and definitely play Lollipop Chainsaw if you haven't. It's a very fun, bizarre game. So without further ado, guys, that is the end of this one. In the last video, the Guardians 101 that I did, I forgot to definitely tell you guys to check out the podcast, which will be in the links below. My podcast, Why I Love Comics. Haven't had James Gunn on yet, but I've had some very, very cool people on. Follow me on Twitter for more updates. Definitely subscribe to Comic Frontline and my channel, because both things help immensely. So yeah, I will catch you guys on the next video, which I'm not sure what it is yet, but I will let you guys know when I do it. So thanks for watching. Hopefully this has given you a better idea of who James Gunn is, and you check out some of his previous work, and I will see you guys on the next one.